Hi there, welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. When I ask you, do you have a lot of connections? What do you think about? Am I talking about people? Am I talking about actual materials connecting? Connections is a term that is really a buzzword that has been really important the last, I'd say, 8 to 10 years. Think about LinkedIn. How many connections do you have on LinkedIn? It's about who you know in certain areas. Now, LinkedIn is a social network platform for people who are professional, looking for work, or possibly looking to make some connections to make some sales, that sort of thing. But the reality is, connections can be with anyone. It could be a connection that you have with your family. It could be a connection that you have in the field of work you're in. So, for example, you may be working in the helping field, and you may have connections in different agencies. You may have connections in the healthcare agency. You may have connections in the school boards. Having connection means you know somebody that could help you in a situation, gather information, resources, or even possibly help you find a way to get yourself a job. Connections can also be utilized within Toastmasters or the speaking world. So you may know somebody from a different club that you can have a connection with that may schedule you on their agenda to go and speak. It could also be a connection you have within the family. So perhaps my cousin's friend, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be extended, but you're connected by someone or something. Connection is usually being connected by a common interest or skill. So teachers are connected with the Ontario College teachers. We're connected. We can go there for resources. We can go there to get help, possibly get some advice on jobs. We can also meet other teachers through conferences through them. Connections, Toastmasters, again, through clubs, the district, the division, and even internationally. So there's always a main part where we're connected. As I mentioned before, LinkedIn is a main part where people can connect. I've had people try to connect with me on LinkedIn based on my profile from around the world because they like what they see. So one of the things about making connections is we have to make the right connections. You can't just connect with just anybody because it has to benefit you. It has to help you get somewhere. So knowing your intent of either being on LinkedIn or approaching a situation, you have to know the type of people you want to connect with. So if I get people that are in multi-level marketing on LinkedIn trying to join me, I'm not going to connect with them because that's not something that's going to benefit me or interest me. If I get educators or possibly people from the disability sector that have experience that may help me out in my journey, then I'm definitely going to connect with them. If there's people that I have that are trying to connect with me that I have know nothing about their field, but know it may help me, I'm sure going to connect with them. Have a candid conversation, whether it's via the inbox or, possibly having a phone call with them to learn about what they're doing, because perhaps that will help me down the line. As you make these connections, you build this Rolodex because you never know when a connection will come in handy. So when I teach my broadcast training program, I've made connections with CBC and AMI, with a lot of their staff that have helped with teaching certain segments of it. And I always keep their connections on my Rolodex, as I call it. Yes, I'm dating myself. Okay, it could be on my phone, whatever. But those connections I will have for the future. And that will help me when I'm doing my planning for my teaching. I'll make call upon, can you help me out on this day for a guest speaking spot? That sort of thing. If I go to a conference or a trade show, I may come across somebody that may help me in the future. So I always keep their business cards. I document their contact information and keep that connection at my fingertips. What happens if people start to try to connect with you because they think you can help them more than they're willing to help you? Do you connect or not? As a teacher, my answer is it depends. Are they looking for help? My inclination is to want to help people and guide them in the right way. But if I find after I've made the connection that it's not a good connection, I can delete it. It's not hard. When you think about your family and how throughout the years and across the world we're all connected. My mom does a family tree, and she likes to see how we're all connected. She follows the generations, and that's her way of staying connected with her family, which I think is really cool. It's not for everybody, and not everybody really cares about that stuff. But in this world of technology, we all want to stay connected, whether on social media, the phone, email. So having people's contact information and keeping your own personal Rolodex is important, because you never know when one of these contacts will come up. Sometimes you're going to reach out of your comfort zone to make a connection. You may not know this person you may be approaching. So please be respectful when you do that. Explain why you're reaching out. Recently, I reached out to a Toastmasters club in South Africa. I explained myself what I was looking to do, a joint meeting with our two clubs. I explained my purpose, what I was expecting, that sort of thing. It was very clear, but I was very respectful. I waited for a response. I didn't hound them. I joined one of their meetings to see how they operated, and the connection is now made, and now it's a good connection. We're going to do a joint meeting. Some connections take time to nurture and nourish in order for it to work. Others are like that. So really just be patient, be clear with your intention, and also be mindful and respectful of their time. Why do you use connections in your life? For your family, your friends, your professional life? Do you have connections that are probably bringing you down or are toxic? If so, you may want to cut them off, because life is too short. If you get all that spam in your email from them, it's time to delete them. If it's a connection that can help you further yourself, to help yourself for the future, then nourish that connection. Take the time, send them a message. How are you doing? Maybe we can get together for virtual coffee, whatever it may look like. But don't let them go to waste, because although you may have 500 plus connections on LinkedIn, it doesn't mean you're utilizing them all, I'm sure. So take the time. With COVID-19, this is the time we have to explore these connections and to reap the benefits of having connections. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to your channel, like and share, and we'll catch you next time.